What's going on, everyone? Alex Prime here, and today we're going to be talking about Miyamoto. We're talking about Nintendo Switch Online and how he thinks that Nintendo has not fallen behind their online network services. So, this article comes from IGN, and this happened as part of the annual general meeting for Nintendo during the question and answer section. Somebody asked Nintendo about the impression that it has been a little slow to join global trends such as cloud computing, mobile, and VR. This is what Miyamoto had to say in response to that. We have not fallen behind with either VR or network services. We worked on them from the very beginning and have been experimenting with them in a variety of ways. In that time, we have objectively evaluated whether they actually allow our consumers to have an enjoyable play experience, and whether we can operate them at an appropriate cost. Because we don't publicize this until we release a product, it may look like we are falling behind. I think that cloud gaming will become more widespread in the future, but I have no doubt that there will continue to be games that are fun because they are running locally and not on the cloud. Okay, there you have it. Miyamoto believes that Nintendo is not behind when it comes to online VR and cloud services. Let's take VR for a second. And is Nintendo behind in VR? Yeah, obviously. We have stuff like the Oculus. Steam just brought out their VR headset, and the games are far more advanced than what is available through Labo VR. Is that such a bad thing? Not really. VR is still a very niche product. It's very expensive to get into VR. The cheapest good VR is PlayStation VR, which also happens to have the most amount of games. But still, the adoption rate is 2 million people have a PSVR, and there's 90 plus million with a PS4. It's not a huge market. I don't expect Nintendo to be on the forefront of VR. Now, cloud gaming. Nintendo cloud gaming. Let's put that to the side for a second and talk about their online service. They've just announced that their online service has 10 million subscribers. They just passed the 10 million subscriber mark. That's about roughly a third of users on the Switch are signed up to Nintendo Switch Online. That's a lot of people, and as you know, I'm use it. You're watching this. You probably use the service. You know as well as I do, it's not a great service. The online hasn't improved since the service was free when the Switch launched. The only thing that's different now is we're paying for it. Now we get cloud saves, and we get some NES games every month, and Tetris 99, and access to buy NES themed controllers. The actual service of the online is still not great. The Switch app for the voice chat remains basically pointless. It only works for a few games, only works for a couple of Nintendo games, and even then, it's just not a great experience having to use a cell phone app to speak to your friends on the Switch, when we know the Switch can do it natively because of games like Fortnite, which allow you to use voice chat directly to the Switch. So the app is kind of pointless. You need the Nintendo Switch Online to even access the app, and on top of that, it only works for very few select games, and those games happen to be Nintendo games, which also happen to be the worst running games online. Mario Kart, Mario Tennis Aces, Splatoon 2, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate all lag pretty badly at points. And then now there's Super Mario Maker 2, which is basically unplayable online. You still can't play with your friends. They're adding that later, granted, but what's the point if it's unplayable? So I don't know where Miyamoto gets this idea that they're not behind, unless he's never played online on other consoles. Because on the PlayStation and the Xbox, the experience is not like this. The online is far superior, way less lag, less communication errors. You can talk to your friends, you can message your friends, you can invite your friends to games very easily. It's all simple through those consoles. So yes, Nintendo is very far behind when it comes to the online. We all gave them a pass when it was free because hell, it's free. Whatever, right? It's free, you get what you get. Now you're paying for the service. We're paying for it for, it's been several months at this point, almost a year that we've been paying for this service, and it's still not great. Nothing's improved. We still can't even message our friends even through the app. It still doesn't have that functionality. DNA really dropped the ball when it comes to the Nintendo Online, especially with the app. They haven't done anything to it. It's just not a great service. So I don't really understand how Miyamoto can say with a straight face that he doesn't think that they're behind when it comes to their online, because it's very clear that they are. Even when it comes down to the free games, the quote-unquote free games that come with your service. PlayStation and Xbox give you better games. Point blank period. Yes, their service costs more, obviously. But Nintendo is just giving us NES games. They haven't even moved up to Super Nintendo games yet. The only cool thing they've done so far is Tetris 99, and that was awesome. They should do more stuff like that. Hell, even give an indie game like, I don't know, Blossom Tales. That's been out on the Switch for a very long time. Why not give that away for a month during Nintendo Switch Online subscription? Why not? Like, these are things they could do. It's better than getting in 3 old NES games, which now the quality of the NES games are going down. It's not the cream of the crop NES games anymore. They're at the bottom of the barrel. So Miyamoto, yes, you guys are behind when it comes to online services. It is what it is. You are still behind even what Xbox was doing in 2002 with the original Xbox. You're 17 years of learning you could have done from their experience, and it's still not even close to what they were doing. It's crazy. So yes, again, you are behind. I'm so glad he has very little say in what goes on with the Switch, because if this is his mentality, if this is what he truly believes, he has no business dealing with their current console. I'm glad he's off doing other stuff, helping with the Mario movie, helping with the Nintendo theme park, which I'm super excited about. But as far as the games go and the Switch, he's been very hands-off, and that's awesome. We've seen the success of when he's not meddling with the games and the hardware anymore, so that's really cool. Now, when it comes to the cloud streaming stuff, Nintendo is definitely behind when it comes to cloud streaming. Microsoft, of course, is leading the charge. Google with Stadia is going to be leading the charge. And even Sony, like, they have their PlayStation Now. It's not great, but they're still doing more than what Nintendo's doing. I'm sure Nintendo will get into it eventually, but they can't even get their regular online working for their own games. So I don't want to even hear a word about them doing cloud streaming until they've sorted out their online. What is the point of us streaming games if we can't even play Mario Kart without rubber banding and connection errors and getting hit with mystery items that just appear because the lag doesn't allow you to even see it? Like, that stuff's annoying. So yes, I don't know what else to say, man. Miyamoto, sometimes you say crazy stuff, man. He's a legend, but I'm just glad he's not at the forefront of our favorite little hybrid console. So that's about it, guys. Just want to talk about this online situation with Nintendo. Hopefully their online gets better, but at this point I'm not holding out much hope. It's been almost a year and nothing's improved. In fact, it might even be getting worse if we're to see Super Mario Maker 2 and how bad that is. So, but we'll see. We'll see. We gotta believe. 10 million people on this service now. That's a lot of money they're making. A lot of money that they are making from this service now. I would like to see it reinvested to make their online better. That's kind of the point of paying for the online, right? I'm sure it's not just to get NES games. Cloud saves are nice. Cloud saves are really nice, but they give you that for free on Xbox. You don't even need Xbox Live. You get cloud saves for free. So there's that. Well, let me know what you guys think about this, guys. Is Miyamoto off his rocker talking about Nintendo is not falling behind when it comes to online? Like, we don't even have Netflix, man. We don't have a Netflix app on the Switch, but we're getting a Netflix game on the Switch. It's crazy. It's madness. But yeah, hit like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm Alex Prime, and I hope you had a great time. See ya.